Okay, so we get the dimensions from here. If you want, let's say, arc length, you just come and point on the arc, then it will give you the arc length. Yeah, that is arc length. We didn't cover arcs, but in case you have an arc, maybe you cut it from a circle. Then we said if you have a circle, you can do radius by selecting just the circle. Then you try to move around, you get the radius. Radius will start with R. If you want diameter, the same thing, but the diameter will look like that, the symbol. Yeah, if you want angle, select angular. This one will need two lines that are meeting. Let's say this and this. Then give me the angle. That is there. The location of the text will depend on how big is the font and how big is what you're trying to do. Yeah. So that's dimensions. Any question? Yeah, I didn't show you the second way. Let me show you the second way. The second way is going to annotate. You click annotate tab, then you see where there is dimensions. Here, annotate tab, then dimensions. Don't click here, but at the end there is an arrow that is facing this one here. You click on it, then it will bring the dimensions style manager. Or you type in DIMSTY. Yeah.
I mean on the text.
You go to modify. You mean text, not in dimension. You double click on it. It gets activated. You highlight it, then you see where there is text height.
Where there is text height.
It's not text. Okay, there is no word that shows text height, but it is located here. When you take a cursor there, it will tell you text height. Around on the home tab.
You know what I'm asking? I'll try to get the way of maybe changing the font or the align the font style.
It is selected now, right? The font is good from here. See, this is like Microsoft Word now. Yeah. This is the height which would act as. So if you're doing even subscript, superscript, changing the case, it's like you have a Microsoft Word here. Justification. See? Everything is possible. You can do bullets. You can do columns. Yeah. I'm just not going to go in detail. Then after you click away. Adding text, show, you got text in multi-line. We continue. Have you seen multi-line? Okay. Let's look at layers. Then we shall start from there. Now, every drawing, layers actually help us organize the different things that we have. You may have a drawing like this, but there is a time when you don't want to show the dimensions. Like you don't want to delete them, but you want to hide them. Or you want the circles to have a certain color. I'm going to show you a big, like a clear example, but we're going to build it from here. So let's first concentrate on the layers and continue with others. So for layers, you click on layer properties. We'll continue with layers so that you're not lagging behind. Click on layer properties. How many layers do you have? Layer properties. You should have two, 0 and depth points. You there? Yeah, the 0 layer is like the basic layer. As we draw in by default, it draws the 0 layer. Depth points, we shall look at it, but these are default layers which come in view. Now we're going to do a layer to have dimensions. So we want to put our dimensions on that layer and we change the color. So you're going to click here. Up there is the first button. It's called new layer. Click on it. Then it's going to ask you the layer name. So we're going to call it dimensions. Dimensions. Change the color. Where I see color, double click here. Double click in white. Give it blue. Other things we shall see. Now let's change name and color. Others you're going to be able to see. Are we there? Now close that dialog. So there are two ways of moving an object onto the layer. One, we can select the layer we want to be active from here. You see from up here, there's a drop down. So if I want to draw on dimensions layer, I select dimensions. So whichever I do, even if I draw a line, even if I'm not doing that, it will put it on the dimensions layer. You can see that the color has changed. That is one way. I make the layer active, then I draw. Now when I want to switch back to another layer, I do the same. Yeah. Just give me a second, I can speak this. You can create another layer and maybe you call it yeah.
If it is the layer, everything that has to be displayed has
Going to separate colors in whatever. So you want this one to be in white, you want the other one to be
but you might want to separate things. Maybe you want to
separate here.
separate the dimension.
First click here, then you click the name.
Okay, we continue. Have you created a text layer? Text, give it red color. So just as we couldn't start with this, but when you're doing a drawing, you start by creating the layers before you draw. So that whichever you draw, you select that I want this to go on this layer. You get it? Then you can now continue to draw. So if something has already been put on a different layer, how do you know? I select it, right click, then you go to properties, or you could go to quick properties. So from here, quick properties doesn't show layer. We go to properties. Right click, properties. So from here you will see layer. It's on layer 0. You select something, right click on it, go to properties, then you find where there is layer. It's on layer 0, right? When I want to move it to another layer, I click where I see that layer name, there's a drop down. Then it's like now I'm saying let it be on the dimensions layer. Like that. Have you got it? Select something. I'm selecting this text, this dimension. I want it to be on the one place. You select something, right click on it, go to properties. Below properties, you will see where there is layer. You will see its layer, its current layer. Now you can click there, select the drop down, and select the layer you want it to be shifted. So we see that the color has moved, has changed. So color is not the only thing that shows the layer, but at least it can visually show you that this has been moved. Right click. Is it okay now? Now, that is when it has been drawn already on a wrong layer. But if you want to draw on the correct layer, you just come and switch. from here and say, now I'm going to dimension. So it is a current layer. Now whichever I draw is going to go on the dimensions layer. Now when I'm done and I want to add text, I come and switch to text layer. Whichever I add is going to be added to that text layer. You won't see the importance of doing that. Now I have things on the dimension layer, I have things on the text layer, and I have things on the zero layer. How important it is that I can turn off some of the layers and I hide them. You know the rules later on, but you cannot turn off current layer. So what is our current layer right now, according to what I have? It is text. So I can't turn off a current layer. I have to change. If I want to turn off text, I have to change it to another one, then I turn off text. But now, since it is text, I can now turn off zero, I can turn off dimension. So let's turn off the zero layer and see what is going to happen. This is how you turn it off. You come here to the bulb, this, click there. Then it has hidden everything on the zero layer. You get it? So in the exercise, you're going to go back. The texts have to be on their own layer. The dimensions have to be on their own layer with different colors. It's done. Let me show you a clear example. Not the colors. You can change the color. Things can be on the same layer but different colors. But that is one of the things that I want you to look here. See this drawing, it is big. Now, this drawing includes drawings done by the civil engineers. Then after that, the civil engineer will be drawing structures. Like this is a kitchen, here showing the houses and where they are going to be located. Now, he's going to share this. The person that is doing, let's say, mechanical and electrical, he has to show where the power lines are passing. You get it? Yeah. Then, after that, they may come where someone is going to install fire hoses, like the ones they use to fight fire. Also, that one is going to draw the fire hydrant. On the same drawing, you get it. So, if you go to a presentation and you want to show fire hydrants, you don't want to show the power lines. You get it? You don't want to show the power lines. So you can turn them off. This is a big drawing. I'm not going to over zoom it out. So I'm going to switch to any layer. You can have as many layers as possible. This is even very small. So I'm going to switch to that. Then I'm going to turn off electrical lines. Yeah, they are like three according. There are those on ducts and this one on electricals. So if I'm going to present something which is not related to power, I can come and turn it off. Turn that off. So you see how clear now it is. But those drawings, those lines are still there. So I can print this out and I'm good to go. Then, when I need to show them, I come and show them. So, yeah, that's just a sample of what I want to show you. I can turn off this. Let's say I don't want to see this area. You make sure it is on a certain layer, turn it off, be hidden. That's how we manage drawings. Yes. You have to make sure that as you drawing, you arrange them on separate layers. Yeah, that's how you'll be able to manage it. So every drawing now you do, make sure that you use layers. You cannot get used to it in a single day, not even a month. It will take you time to get used that I have to first do a layer, because most times you do your layers, you create them, but you forget to switch as you're drawing. Then you have to move things to that layer. But when you continue using it, you know that every time I'm drawing something, it should be on a separate layer. And it could even be good when you don't have anything on the zero layer. Yeah. So that's an example of that drawing. That's how it looks like. It has a lot of things, but you could see the different layers are having different colors, just for his identification. Yeah. So anything? Yes.
Now that layer, for example, if I want to turn off that layer in case I don't want to save certain details, do I first select it or how do I select it to turn it off?
To turn it off, there is a drop down here. Then the bulb is the one that turns on and off. But you cannot turn off a current layer. The current layer is text. When I click here, it is not going to allow. Yeah. So it can warn you, but it's not good to turn off a current layer. You get? You have to first switch to another one, then now you can turn it off. So you're going to go back to the exercises, create layers, add dimension and text. Let the drawing be on the zero layer, or you can call it drawing layer. Let the dimensions be on the dimensions layer with a different color. Let the text be on, in case you have text, but most of them don't have text. So just use the dimension. You can put just the dimensions on their dimension layer. Color is not the only identification. Why? Because I can select this. This is on zero layer. I can change the color from here. Here it is saying the color is by layer, but I can specify and I say no, I want it to be this color. So it's not the only thing you can say that this is on this layer, because things can be on the same layer but having different colors, or they can be on separate layers but same color. You get, it just helps you to hide some things. Any other question?